everyone. This is yours truly, Forever Zosa. And today we will be discussing still Chapter 5 Staffing. Our topic for today is Module 12 Compensation and Rewards.
Here is our quotation of the day. If you pick the right people and give them the opportunity to spread their wings and put compensation as a carrier behind it, you almost don't have to manage them. Ibig sabihin, if you give the people, your employees, the freedoms to run the organization in a way that aligns with the company's vision, mission, and values, you should not restrict your people. You should not put them inside a bird cage. Then, there's a huge chance na susuklian nila yung binigay mo sa kanila, no? Through the compensation. Bigay mo yung nararapat para sa kanila. No? Hindi yung mapang-api kang empleyado. Or hindi yung tipong nangiipit yung organization na ginagalawan nila. So that one is by Jack Welch. So compensation policy and its importance. So what is compensation? I would like to know. We would like to know what is compensation. So what is compensation? It is remuneration awarded to an employee in exchange for their services or individual contributions to your business. So yung remuneration, na pinaganda lang po yan. Yun po yung pera. No? Yun po yung alam natin na sweldo, sahod, salary. No? So it's an exchange. No? You work for the company, I will give you your wages or salaries. The contributions can be their time, knowledge, skills, ability, and commitment to your company or a project. No need to explain this one. No? So, pwedeng oras, no? Magtatrabaho ka doon, knowledge, kaalaman mo, yung talento mo, skills, abilities. No? What can you do for the company and your commitment? No? Have you been serving the company for how long? 1 month? 1 year? 3 years? 5 years? 25 years? 30 years, 40 years. No? Yung iba nakaka-50 pa nga, no? Kung hindi mahigpit si company. In simpler words, it is the money received. No? Yun po yun. Pinakasimpleng explanation. Received by an employee from an employer as salary or wages. Yun po yun natatanggap natin tuwing 15 at 30. Or should I say, kami muna. No? Balang araw, kayo naman ang tatanggap pag nagtatrabaho kayo. And may achieve several purposes assisting in recruitment, job performance, and job satisfaction. So, compensation and its importance. Ano po ba ang importansya? No? Ano po ba ang contribution ni compensation? It may be used to recruit and retain qualified employees. Of course, as much as possible, you do not want these people to leave the organization. And these people are highly recruitable kasi kilala na sila eh. So you as the organization will like to retain them. Hindi sila umalis, dito ka lang. Next, increase or maintain morale or satisfaction. Of course, if the employees have good salary, no, good compensation, I think they don't want to leave unless they manage to find a good offer elsewhere na hindi kayang i-match ni company. Or siguro dito assistant lang siya doon sa other company, maybe slightly lower or similar if not slightly higher or many times higher yung sweldo, but mapropromote naman sila. Magiging manager sila doon. So, it will increase or maintain satisfaction. Number 3, reward and encourage performance, especially sa mga sales and production teams. Yun po yung habol nila. So, usually sa sales, hindi naman po malaki yung base. No? Kahit sa production, hindi po ganun kalaki yung base. Pero kung ano man yung naiproproduce nila, ano man yung naibebenta nila, kung gaano karami yung namimit nilang quota, dun po sila kumikita. And of course, if you do that, if you achieve that, syempre, tataas yung moral mo, no? Gaganda yung performance mo. Malay mo, isa ka sa mga top agents, top sellers, top producers for the organization. Number 4, achieve internal and external equity. So, balance po. Equity. Number 5, reduce turnover. Yan ang pinakamahirap na part sa isang organization. Turnover and encourage company loyalty. Usually, people leave an organization if they don't have good treatment of their employees or mababa sweldo. No? Siguro nga mabait si boss pero yun na yun. No? Awkward moment. Then next, modify through negotiations, practices of unions. No? So, nadi-discourage yung unions kasi okay naman ang pasweldo. So, I think, nawawalan ng saysay if not nami-mitigate, no, yung impact ng union sa isang company or organization. Management considerations. So, economic concerns, managers must balance these considerations, no? These employee considerations, economic, with the company's budgetary limitations. Of course, meron naman pong limit, may budget kaya nga po may budget. No? Personal costs and operational costs. No? Especially for the guys or even the ladies, no? If you're familiar with basketball and volleyball, hindi naman po lahat ng tao kaya nila. Hindi naman nila kaya magbuo ng isang all-star team. So, of course, hindi lahat kaya sumweldo ng ganong katataas. No? So, merong budget. Ops, hanggang dito lang yung cap natin sa sweldo. Anything beyond that will be a little bit difficult for the company to gain a profit. Lalo na yung personnel costs and operational costs, maintenance, capital expenditures. Yun yung mga yun yung mga malalakas kumain ng revenue. Number 2, attract, motivate, and retain employees. Yung attract, marami namang na-attract sa'yo eh. Ang tanong, sino yung tamang tao? Yung pinagtagpo, ngunit hindi tinadhana. Dapat hindi yun yung makuha mo. Minsan merong fit, the right fit for the company. Motivate. Of course, you must motivate the employees and retain. Kung hanggat maaari, dyan na sila magretiro sa organization mo. I've seen some companies wherein yung mga tao doon na sila tumanda, doon sila nagsimula, first job nila yon, doon na sila nag-retire. As in, pati yung mga anak nila, doon na rin nagtrabaho kasi maganda yung medyo mana-mana sabihin natin yung company, but I don't think that these people will last that long in a company. Sipin mo, 20 years old ka nag-start mag-work, 56 ka na, pa-retire ka na, nandun ka pa rin. I think the company treats them well. Kasi kung pangit ang trato siya ng company, why bother to stay? Unless, nagtsatsaga ka na lang, but still, imagine, at least 40 to 50 employees na magkakaedad, sila pa rin yung nandun, matira matibay, walang umaalis. I think that's a good basis to see na, okay itong company na to. They treat their employees well to compete effectively and efficiently in the market. So balancing these economic considerations helps managers achieve an overall target for company profitability. So syempre, the less yung mga gastusin, the more profits. Diba? Revenue minus expenses equals profit. Fairness and equity or equity. So employees should feel that they are justly compensated. Fair. Baka naman unfair, pareho kayo ng kasama mo ng trabaho, mas mahirap pa nga yung trabaho mo, tapos nasilip mo yung payslip niya, mas malaki sweldo niya sa'yo. Pero ito kasing fairness and equity na to, mahirap din po. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng empleyado ay pare-pareho ng papel sa kumpanya or sa organization. So employees should feel that they are justly compensated relative to their coworkers. So usually kung magkakarango kayo, at as much as possible, pare-pareho kayo ng sweldo, no? Let's say pareho kayong mga rank and file sa accounting department, and your salary is like 15,000 per head per employee. Dapat wala doon 20,000. Unfair 'yun, no? Unless siguro kung manager siya 20,000, no? Assistant manager 20,000. But kung magkakarango lang kayo or may junior pa, no? Mas bata yung kapwa mo rank and file compared sa iyo at mas matagal ka sa company din, no? Awkward moment na naman po 'yun. And also relative to other individuals who hold the same or comparable jobs in other organizations. So anong ibig sabihin nun? Let's say accounting manager ka kay company ABC. Ang sweldo mo dun is 30,000. Dapat hindi ka nalalayo sa sweldo ng isang accounting manager sa other company. Let's say company XYZ. Sweldo niya siguro mas mataas ng konti sa'yo, di ba? Or mababa ng konti sa'yo, or pantay lang. Baka naman pareho kayong accounting manager pero sweldo niya 50,000, which is the standard, tapos ikaw nandun ka sa 30, no? Or 30,000. That's a bit, diba? Unfair, pero it's your fault. Why did you, diba? Why did you accept na 30,000 ka lang kung ang market standard for the salary on that position is 50,000? Diba? Ikaw rin ang enabler. When employees perceive unfairness in their compensation, they may either adjust their work output either upward or downward. No? Hindi natin may iwasan to, no? Especially when people feel unfair. Na, ay, unfair naman, itong kasama ko, nakatunga nga lang sa opisina buong araw, nag-ML lang, di ba? Or nag-aaksi lang, no? Tapos, pareho kami ng sweldo. Why? Diba? Yung iba, kung medyo matapang-tapang lang, siguro sumugod na sa boss nila, no? Sa office, or sa HR man lang. Or psychologically justify that other employees are inherently better or lesser than them. So, it's either magkakaroon ka ng inferiority complex, or magkakaroon ka ng superiority complex, or madedepress ka, di ba? Or mangmamata ka ng kapwa mo, parang, pareho lang tayo ng trabaho, pero mas magaling ako sa'yo, di ba? Kasi wala ka namang ginagawa. Yun yung nagiging effect. No? Pag unfair sa pakiramdam yung compensation. So, nabanggit yung fairness. No? Let's put Lady Justice symbolized by the scale. No? So, ito yung input versus output. Ano ba yung dinadala mo sa trabaho? What you offer in the job? Time, effort, ability, loyalty, tolerance, flexibility, integrity, commitment, reliability, heart and soul, no? Yun yung pinakamahirap. Personal sacrifice. Yun yung mahirap talaga, no? Minsan kasi kinakain na rin ng trabaho yung personal lives natin. No? I know someone, no? They feel that unfairness. No? It's been a rough year for her. Namatay yung asawa niya, namatay yung apo niya, namatay yung kamag-anak niya. I'm not sure kung kapatid niya or pinsan niya. So, during all those times, hindi man lang siya naging considerate yung amo niya. No? Parang binaliwala yung mga scenario sa buhay niya. No? Biruin mo, nakikipaglibing na siya, lilibing ni asawa niya, tapos tatanungin siya bakit hindi siya pumasok sa trabaho. That's, di ba? It hurts. Diba? Outputs. Ano ba nakukuha mo sa trabaho? Binigay mo lahat eh. Nagbigay ka ng time, nagbigay ka ng effort. So, dalawa na. Ability, loyalty, tolerance, flexibility, integrity, commitment, reliability, heart and soul, personal sacrifice. So, nasa 17 or 12 I think. 12 items versus ano ang lalabas? Sweldo, bonus, perks, benefits, security, 5 na. Recognition, interest, development, reputation, praise, responsibility, enjoyment. So, 12 versus 12. No? Sama mo yung etc. 13 versus 13. Pero, Yung iba kasi, like recognition, praise, mga ano na lang yan tsaka reputation, mga lip service na lang po yan. So, people become demotivated and reduce input or seek change or improvement. No? Dalawa lang ang klase ng tao dyan. It's either nawalan na siya ng motivation, no? Pumapasok na lang siya for the sake of may sweldo. Wala na siyang pakialam kung aangat siya, aasenso ba siya, mapopromote ba siya, basta. 'Di ba? Buisit ako sa company, asar ako, then I'll just work. 8 to 5, yun na yun. No? Yung tipong pagka 5 o'clock na, alis na kagad. Nawala na yung ano niya yung drive. No? Or, unti-unti na yan, gagamitin niya na yung internet mo, maghahanap na sa job street yan, or magsasakit-sakitan, no? Para mag-apply sa ibang company the next day. No? Mag-apply ng sick leave, VL, sasabihin niya pupunta siya Boracay, but in reality, nandyan lang sa katabing building niyo or somewhere different, no? Another company. Or improvement whenever they feel their inputs are not being fairly rewarded. Pasan mo na yung mundo, tapos yung walang ginagawa, yung nag-aaksi lang buong araw, no? Or walang contribution, quote and quote, siya pa yung na-promote. Kasi magaling humigop, no? Magaling sumipsip. That's unfair. No? But it happens in real life. No? Life is unfair. No? So yung balance na yan, it's just an ideal. No? Kasi wala naman talagang, I can say that fairness is hard to achieve. Lahat po tayo merong kanya-kanyang advantages and disadvantages. Fairness is based on perceived market norms. No? So yun po yun. No? Pag hindi ka masaya sa company. Diba? Let's say sa relationship, binigay mo na lahat. Tapos yung partner mo parang wala lang, no? It hurts. Yung pagmamahal mo sa kanya, hindi ka man lang masuklian. No? Ginawa mo na lahat para sa kanya, pero sa kanya parang wala lang. It's your duty. No? Dapat gawin mo yan. Ikaw ay jowa ko or asawa kita. That's unfair. Ganun din po sa trabaho. So there are 3 types of equity. The internal, the external, and the individual. So ano po ba ang pinagkaiba-iba nitong tatlong ito? Internal is when an employee perceives fairness in pay differentials among the different jobs within their organization. So let's say manager, no, for production, at least ay pareho din po sa sweldo ni marketing manager or accounting manager, HR manager. No? Or pag binaba mo, rank and file, the cadet employees, no, an accounting clerk must also have the same salary as that of the cadet engineer. If not, there's a slight difference. No? Yun lang naman po ang pinagkaiba ng internal within the organization. No? Yung external naman po kasi, fairness in his or her compensation relative to others holding the same or comparable jobs outside the organization. So let's say, you as a cadet engineer, no, ang sweldo mo is 15,000. As much as possible, pag meron kang kaibigan or kabrad na cadet engineer din, hindi dapat nalalayo yung sweldo mo sa kanya. No? Regardless of the responsibility. No, meron naman kasi, no, mukhang malaki sa simula, pero pag kinompute mo, kung marunong ka mag-compute down the line, malalaman mo na mas okay ka pa pala. No? A good example is yung isang kaibigan ko, no, when he was still a fresh graduate, nakatira kasi siya sa Valenzuela. So, yung sweldo niya is 15,000 per month, which is not bad for a new job. No? Pero, after 1 year, parang nabibitin siya or siguro gusto niya makaipon kaagad. He decided to resign. No? The company that he's working for is just nearby. No? Siguro, lakad lang ng konti or isang jeep lang, di ba? Within Valenzuela lang naman, hindi malayo. So may nag-offer sa kanya sa Taguig, 25,000 per month. On the surface, it looks great, di ba? 25 versus 15. Siyempre, kahit naman sino, lalo na kung medyo bagets ka pa o bagong empleyado ka, gusto mo yung 25. Problem is, ideal yung 25 kung taga-Taguig siya. Walang problema. So, ano nangyari? Gastos sa pamasahe. Yung family niya kasi, he was still single that time. So, nakatira siya sa Valenzuela, libre siya ng board and lodging. Pati, di ba, pagkain, libre. Pagdating niya rito sa Taguig, siya na. Nung una, trinay niya mag-commute every week. Hindi kaya eh. Pagod. 3 hours one way. So, 6 hours per day ang commute mo. So, in the end, he decided to rent. Nangupahan siya, tapos nakidorm siya, nanakawan pa siya. And then, kino-compute niya yung gastos niya sa pagkain, gastos niya sa dorm or pamasahe. Mas malaki pa yung kita niya nung nasa Valenzuela siya. Diba? So, analyze muna, minsan, if it's too good to be true, it's a trap. So, another example is, let's say, accounting manager ka or marketing manager ka sa company mo. Let's say, XYZ company. Dapat, pag nag-check ka sa other companies, like, let's say, ABM company or TVL company, dapat, similar, it's either mataas sila ng konti sa'yo, ka-level ka nila, or mas mababa sila ng konti sa'yo. Kasi minsan, nagkakatalo-talo lang po yun sa benefits. Baka nga mas mababa sila, pero sa benefits naman, mas okay. Diba? Or, minsan kasi, sige nga, pareho kayo ng sweldo, pero yung amo mo naman, alam na this. And last, individual. When an employee perceives fairness in pay differentials among co-workers, yan na yung simula ng inggit. Holding identical jobs within their organization. So, let's say, kami mga teacher, Pare-pare naman kami mga teacher. Iba-iba lang ang subjects na tinuturo namin. So, we're holding identical jobs. So, dyan minsan nagkakaroon ng contention. Pareho lang naman kami teacher. Pareho lang naman kami nagtuturo ng 1.5 hours per session, per synchronous. Bakit si ganitong teacher mas mataas sa akin? Diba? Doon minsan nagkakaroon ng contention. Or, sa office, boss, pareho lang naman kaming accounting clerk nito. Bakit sa kanya plus 5,000 may bonus pa siya? Ako, wala naman akong bonus. Mas malaki yung hawak kong company. Diba? Yun, doon nagsisimula yan. Or, nung nasa construction ako, bakit ganun? Bagong pasok lang yan. Yang ungas na yan, 25,000 yung sweldo. Samantala kami, boss, dito na kami tumanda, 20,000 lang. Yun yung mahirap na part. Comparison is, di ba, is toxic. Siguro, hindi ka lang magaling magnego, di ba? Malay mo, magaling yung empleyado. Kaya siguro, mas mataas yung sweldo nung kasama mo sa'yo, marunong siya maglaro. Di ba? Marami siyang bargaining chips. Marami siyang alas. Ikaw naman siguro, puro yes man ka lang, they will take advantage of you as well. So, etong individual medyo mahirap to, Yung internal, meron sila yung kanya-kanyang difficulty do sa equity, but I think individual is the hardest kasi parang kino-compare mo yung sarili mo sa lahat. And you cannot compare yourself to everyone. Ito kasi identical jobs eh. So, syempre, dyan ka madalas nagngingit-ngit. Maintindihan mo pa siguro internal. Okay, mas mahirap kunwari yung trabaho ni ganito kaysa sa akin. Pareho kaming rank and file, pero mas mahirap yung work niya. Or external, iba naman kasi palakad dun sa company. Pero ito, individual. Kapareho mo pa ng trabaho. Pareho kayong HR staff. HR na nga, di ba? Nagkakainggitan pa kayo or pareho naman kayong purchaser. Bakit siya mas mataas? Pareho lang naman kami ng trabaho. Iba lang siguro yung pinofocus naming trabaho. But we're both purchasers. So yun po ang types of equity. So next, compensation policy considerations of a company. Ano po ba yan? So market competitiveness. Ano po ba yung market competitiveness na sinasabi dito? So a company will adopt employee salary levels based on market rates. Let's say in demand ng teachers. So most schools are looking for teachers na qualified, no? And if in demand ang online education, then they can hire any teacher. Basta qualified siya, 'di ba? Let's say subject na specialization or needed ng isang school is math teacher. Of course, kung in demand ng math teachers, then they can offer, 'di ba? They can haggle or negotiate. Pero kung hindi ka masyadong in demand, no? Doon ka magkakaroon ng problem. There are jobs that are more in demand than others kasi konti lang yung nag-specialize sa work na yon, no? Or sa trabaho na yon, no? To provide compensation package that is attractive to current and potential employees. No? So minsan pag sobrang galing ng employee or talagang sobrang in demand ng work, company ang maghahabol sa iyo, no? A good example is chefs. No? Yang mga chefs, madalas mapirate yan, especially pre-pandemic. Oh, magkano sweldo mo dyan sa Boracay? 50,000? O sige, tapatan ko, dito ka lang sa Manila, kasama mo pa pamilya mo. 60,000. Diba? O, saan ba? Diba, ikaw yung, kung halimbawa, ikaw si chef, saan ka pupunta? 50,000 sa Bora o 60,000 sa Manila? Depende. No? Siguro kung may kabit ka sa Boracay, then you might stick to Boracay or you love Boracay so much, 'di ba? Ang ganda naman talaga view ng Boracay. But if you want to be closer to your family, tapos, 'di ba? Tumaas na 'yung sweldo mo, kasama mo pa pamilya mo, then go to Manila. Huh? Or kung halimbawa naman, Boracay to Palawan or Boracay to Cebu. Eh konti lang naman difference. Tapos mapopromote pa ako, tumaas 'yung sweldo ko, lipat na ako. Sorry na lang, boss. Di ba? Ganun talaga ang buhay. No? Pero kung tipong hindi ka naman in demand na work, medyo mahirap mag-bargain. No? Babaratin ka or worse, hindi ka papansinin ng mga employers. With the help of market surveys and public documents, a company can assess the prevailing market rates. So, meron silang idea kung ano yung ideal na salary or usual, no? Salary ng bank teller, salary ng customer service, salary ng tindera sa mall, and so forth. These external references serves as comparison to existing salaries. May problem tong part na to kasi minsan napapako yung salary, no? Napapako yung other salary. Let's say 5 years ago, ang salary ng supervisor sa ganitong department is 25,000. Minsan kahit tumaas na ng 30, pinapako nila sa 25. So that's a problem. Next, link with company performance. So pag umaasenso yung company, of course, ano kaya pwede mangyari dyan? A company that continually experiences high financial growth for so many years is expected to increase the compensation of its employees. No? Kasi nakikita naman ng employees as internal users of accounting information na si company XYZ ay umaasenso. Bakit ganoon, boss? Naiiwan kami. Ikaw kumikita. Bigyan mo naman kami kahit konti. Diba? This policy should be communicated by the human resources manager to all employees of the company. So si HR, in a way, ang spokesperson ng boss. No? Usually, pag si HR ang kausap mo, no, siya yung mouthpiece ng ating mga CEO. No? So, components of a compensation system, pakilala ko lang sa inyo si crush ng bayan. No? Kilala ng lahat to, si Judith. So, hello, my name is Judith. So there are two types of compensation. One is direct compensation and the other is indirect. Ano po ba pinagkaiba ng direct versus indirect? So si direct, meron yung base pay. No? Base pay. Tapos yung incentives. Yun yung direct compensation. Ano po ba meron sa direct compensation? Siyempre, sweldo. Diba? Yung time in and out mo. Incentives, mga bonus, diba? Receipts, no? Siguro mga gift checks. And syempre yung job title. You might be subject for promotion. Indirect compensation, on the other hand, includes legally acquired and optional. No? So ano pinagkaiba ng legally acquired versus optional? So legally acquired, no, kailangan to, mandatory. SSS. No? Or Social Security System or GSIS, no, kung government ka naman. PhilHealth and Pag-ibig. For optional, you have yung retirement plan or pension plan. No? So, minsan inaalok, minsan hindi. No? So, meron naman si SSS retirement pension. Or life insurance, no? Kung talagang mahal na mahal ka ni boss. Si Judith ang isa sa pinagkakatiwalaan kong tao sa company. I should reward her for her efforts. Bibigyan natin siya ng insurance. So, direct compensation, no? Pakita ko lang ulit si base pay and incentives. So, first and largest components of employees' compensation. No? Sweldo. Yan. No? It's either salary, sweldo, or wages, sahod. No? Yung minimum wage kasi usually naka-hourly or daily yan. No? Iba naman kasi si salary, talagang regardless kung absent ka o hindi, bayad ka. No? Incentives, on the other hand, are additionally given to employees apart from their base pay, based on individual, department, or organization-wide performance. So let's say when I was still working sa construction, meron kami yung, of course, yung base pay, sweldo, no? And then, incentives namin yung, of course, 13-month pay is mandatory, year-end bonus, tsaka project bonus, yun yung incentives namin. No? So minsan, kung gaano kalaki yung kita ng company, proportional sa amin yun. Mas malaki pa minsan yung incentives kaysa sa sweldo itself. No? Nakakatawa. So types of incentives, bonus, no? Yun nga, yung nabanggit ko kanina, commissions and profit sharing. So si bonus, additional month compensation given to employees. So pwedeng monthly, quarterly, or semi-annually. So sa amin kasi isang bagsakan, annually yung sa amin. No? So December, doon namin makukuha isang buhos lahat yun. Commissions, on the other hand, payments to employees as a percentage. So usually, ang nangyayari dito si sales, mga ahente, no? Or ano ba tawag ngayon? Hindi na sales agent no? Yan. Sila yung kumikita. Depende sa industry kung gaano kalaki yung percentage, no? Usually pag sa sales ka, mababa yung base mo pero yung commi mo naman ay malaki. No? So let's say sa kotse, 8,000. Pag nakabenta ka ng kota, 3,000 naman, mamimit mo naman si 20 if not more. No? Sa mga products, depende rin Hindi siya same all throughout, no? And last, profit sharing agreement, no? Kailangan magkasundo muna kayo. Ito yung medyo no? Yung medyo big time ka na rito. Given to employees based on the outcome of company profitability rates. So kami, no, as engineers of the company, we are given yung project bonus, it's a form of profit sharing. Hati-hati kami, no? Kung magkano natipid namin pera, share kami. No? Tapos ubos na rin, no? Binigay rin sa pamangkin, no? Ganun talaga buhay. So other types of incentives include stock options and merit increases. Ano po ba yung pinagkaiba nitong mga to? No? So this one is an internal agreement, no, yung stock options, providing the possibility to participate in the share capital, no? So big time ka na nito pag stock options, no? Hindi kayong ordinaryong empleyado lang. Granted by the company to an employee as part of the employee's remuneration package. No? Siguro, nandun ka na sa external vice president, no? Yung mga president of ganito, or GM, may stock options na yan. So bakit? No? Performance na yan. Performance bonus na po yan. And merit increases naman, on the other hand, is a raise given to an employee on the basis of satisfactory performance. It is a way to reward a worker for delivering above average results. No? Minsan, hindi naman hiningi na ng empleyado yan, pero binibigay pa rin ni company. No? So, ibang klase si merit increase. A merit increase may be computed as a percentage of the employee's monthly salary or may be equivalent to a full month's salary or any amount that the company may want to give. So let's say, sweldo mo lang, 15,000 naman, nagustuhan ni boss yung performance mo. Pwede kanyang bigyan ng 1,000,000 kung gugustuhin niya. No? That's a merit increase. So types of incentives continued naman is yung legally acquired and the optional benefits. So legally acquired naman is not related directly to job performance. Ito yung mga mandatory, no? So napakita ko na kanina. It consists of legally acquired or government mandated compensation. So kailangan nila sumunod regulations. No? Yun nga sila SSS, GSIS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth. No? And optional benefits are additional benefits that the company provides depending on the company policy or decision of the top management. No? Bigay na lang yan, hindi po ni-request. No? Kung gusto ko lang bigyan ng company, then sure, thank you, di ba? Ganun lang po. So, yung mga examples, yun nga, medical insurance, retirement plans, car plans, memberships to gym clubs kung gusto mo, or kung gusto ka nila bigyan, tuition reimbursement sa mga nagma-masters. No? So usually yung mga nagma-masters, it's either sariling kusa sila, no, sariling sikap, or pinag-aaral sila ng company and then they can reimburse it kung na-achieve nila yung required grades. Managers must choose well the types of additional benefits that their employees should receive. So at their own risk yan. No? Pag pinag-aaral ka naman ng masters, usually merong kapalit yun. No? It's either mag-i-stay ka sa company for how long, di ba? Sabihin nila, 2 years dito ka, o 5 years after graduation. Napapakinabangan ka rin nila. So, sulit din yung pagpapaaral sa iyo. So, incentives based on individual versus group performance. Importante po kasi yung mga incentives sa mga employees. The basis of granting them may be a source of either motivation or demotivation. So if you give them incentives, some employees might be motivated, others will not be motivated. A company may choose to give additional performance-based incentives or group performance-based incentives. Hindi lang siya individual but rather as a group or a combination of both. So bawat isa sa kanila contains its own sets of pros and cons. Especially sa mga high-performing employees, di ba? So, sila yung lagi motivated. Individual-based incentives are more attractive to them rather than group ones. Because they are inherently hard workers, the individual-based incentives mean much more to them. Lalo na yung mga sales agents, no? Sales engineer, sales, di ba? Yan. Sila yung mga talagang after dun sa mga individual performance. Sa mga low performing naman, they will be more favor of a group level or group based incentives for the sake of the group naman, because they do not have to work as hard, no? Pag hindi mo naman kaya kalabanin yung mga high workers, no? Ano pa bang choice mo, di ba? If you can't beat them, just join them, di ba? They are not attracted to individual-based incentives because they know they will not be able to get them. Kasi nga, matitindi yung mga high-performing. It's either established na sila, di ba? Let's say, 25 years na siya doon sa industry na yun versus ikaw, 3 months pa lang. Wala ka talagang laban sa kanya. So, rewards. Employees who perform well are rewarded by companies. And there are two types of rewards. So, what are rewards? So, yung mga employees na nagpa-perform, they get rewarded. Giving rewards encourages the high performance of high-performing employees. Yun yung pinaka-source of motivation. But not all employees are like that. Minsan may mga employees na hindi sila after sa rewards but rather a sense of fulfillment. So, medyo hindi siya one size fits all. No? So, to keep them up with their good work or perform even better. Having an effective employee reward system also promotes a culture of excellence within the entire organization. So there are two types of rewards. You have the extrinsic rewards and the intrinsic rewards. Ano po ba pinagkaiba ng extrinsic rewards? Extrinsic are usually monetary or material rewards. Another is, ito yung mga examples. Nabanggit na kanina, bonuses, salary increase, merit increases, car plans, or other material incentives. Bakit? In general, money is important to everyone. Huwag naman po tayo magsinungaling. Pero minsan, pag masyado kang focus sa money, nawawala rin. Parang law of diminishing returns ang nangyayari. Parang, okay, sawang-sawa na ako sa pera, sawang-sawa na ako sa increase, sawang-sawa na ako sa car plans, sawang-sawa na ako sa material incentives. For instance, if your salary is high to the extent that you can now afford to eat an expensive restaurant every week, nawawala yung effort eh. It is expected that your enjoyment of weekly eating out. Yun nga po yung, di ba? Nananawa ka. Yun yung problem sa extrinsic. Intrinsic, on the other hand, are non-monetary rewards given to employees who perform well. So, examples are employee recognition programs. Minsan yun lang naman ang gusto, ma-recognize lang kami. Or sila. Such as giving the employee of the month or the best employee awards. Kahit wala na yung extrinsic na yan. Sa inyo na yung extrinsic na yan, we don't care. At least ma-recognize man lang kami. These awards motivate their employees to improve their performance as their hard work is recognized. Hindi naman po kasi lahat ng tao is nagpa-perform. Hindi naman po lahat ng tao ay nasa sales. So, pag binigyan mo sila ng pera, bonus na sa kanila yun, malaking bagay na sa kanila. Like yung mga maintenance personnel, hindi naman po sila mga sales people o yung mga nasa office. Other intrinsic rewards may be remembering to greet employees on their birthdays. And ako, naramdaman ko rin yun. Hindi ako nabati ng birthday ko. Medyo, alam mo na. Yun na yun. However, it is said that real intrinsic reward pertains to an employee's inherent liking of the job itself. Kahit na anong ganda ng motivation mo, kahit anong employee of the month yan, pag hindi mo naman na-enjoy yung trabaho mo, sayang lang po ang effort. Kaya bigyan ka ng reward o wala, okay lang sa'yo yun. Kung nag-enjoy ka sa trabaho mo. If you're the manager, you will search for ways to make your organizational members get the satisfaction. Job satisfaction, yun yung isa sa pinaka-main goals ng isang manager. Natutuwa naman yung mga empleyado sa trabaho nila. Hindi yung nabuburyong sila or nahihirapan na. Yung tipong, aanhin ko yung sweldo kong 100,000 naman, kung ganito naman, mukhang maaga ako mawawala sa mundong ibabaw. Sa inyo na yan, ayoko na. Minsan may ganun. Which will further motivate them to perform better. Siguro, meron mga employee na, sige, okay lang, 20,000 a month lang ako, pero hindi naman ako stress na stress. May work-life balance naman ako. Yun. So last but not the least, Implications for rewarding. Especially sa managers, no, ng mga financial incentives. Too much emphasis on financial rewards may lead to some possible unethical behavior. Minsan kasi gagawa ka ng kaparaanan eh, no, para ma-maintain mo yung status quo, no? Baka nga, lagi kang gumagawa ka naman ng unethical behavior. Of course, like I previously mentioned, being ethical doesn't mean it's legal. Being legal doesn't mean it's ethical. No? Siguro legal siya, no? Or may loophole sa law, no? But sa ethics, unfair po siya. No? Next, cutting corners may result in omission of some important procedures. So lagi sila nagmamadali, no? Performance quota, no? Kailangan ganito, ma-push natin yung ganitong amount of sales. So they might be doing some omission of important procedures. Just to save time, effort, and resources, these have detrimental effects to the company. No? Minsan, imbis na makatulong sa company, it gives harm. No? I remember a project somewhere na they were trying to get the project scope of works, which is waterproofing. No? Sa sobrang focus nila, no, na makuha yung project, nakalimutan nila yung severe mistake na they were not able to compute a huge section of, 'di ba, of anong tawag dito, nakalimutan ko tuloy, na iwa-waterproof, no? Buong floor nakalimutan. Inaward sa kanila, no? Nag-proceed sila and then oops, wala tong area na to, kailangan i-waterproof nyo, no? So yun, nakalimutan nila. Especially if the quality of the product or service will be compensated. No, yun naman yung nagdudusa. Sige nga, nakuha mo nga yung project, no? Lugi ka naman, so syempre, you will cut corners, mandadaya ka rito, ganyan. Maapektuhan din yung company mo. It may also foster envy and discontent, no? Ito yung pinakamahirap na kalaban, no? Envy and discontent. No? Masarap mainggit eh. Among those who receive less amount of financial incentives. Hindi naman po fair ang buhay. No? Life is unfair. Hindi ka laging jackpot. No? Especially kung may mas established na tao kaysa sa'yo. So, makikita mo yung mga kasama mo na mas malaking bonus. So, syempre parang, saan ako nagkamali? Saan ako nagkulang? Bakit ganun? No? Hindi natin may iwasan yun. No matter how, di ba? Sabi mo, hindi ako apektado dyan. It's just a way of, di ba? Sinasabi mo lang sa sarili mo yun, pero you're not saying that because you're not really affected. You're saying that because you are affected. And last, managers should develop and emphasize ito, no? Ito kasi dapat ang ine-emphasize nila, intrinsic rewards. And must also ensure an atmosphere of fun. No? Minsan kasi sobrang intense parang hindi na kayo magkakasama. Magkakaroon ng politika. And an organization is also prone to politics. No? Let's be honest. So sana kung intrinsic rewards ang papairal mo, 'di ba? Okay, parang you're the employee of the year, congrats pare, 'di ba? Walang problema. Walang masamang tinapay, walang samaan ng loob. No envy and discontent. And with that, it's the end of module number 12. Thank you very much everyone for listening. This pre-recorded lesson by yours truly, Forever Zosa. Add me on YouTube at Forever Zosa. And as always, walang forever, pero may Forever Zosa. Goodbye.